Or
One one of my favorite kind of analyses that I've always or examples I've always liked, and it's a nerdy one, is the Spider-Man reference, which is Spider-Man. Peter Parker, nerdy kid, shy, quiet, doesn't talk a lot, and then the way he kind of finds confidence is in this alter ego where suddenly, because he's got this mask on, he can talk a lot, and he talks too much while he's fighting bad guys and insulting them and delivering quips. And that's kind of the way I've always felt about it, which is, Jacques Whipper is me dialed up to 11, but also a lot of my positive qualities kind of amplified, to give me some of that, I don't know, extra confidence. You know, Drawing on the mustache, it's like, all right, no, I'm a different person now. But while still the same person, I don't say anything on stage that I would not say in real life. That's an important thing.
because I was always interested in how you train for it, because I've seen the videos you do where you're like whipping cans apart and stuff like that. But then how do you bring like a training plan for that? Like how do you work on that part, your personality or that kind of thing? Because you would obviously, you feed off the
Oh God.
crowd, it seems reactive, and you can hardly go down the street and start randomly insulting people. Well,
Yeah.
you could, but how,
Yeah.
so like,
I
what
think
is
it's well.
there?
What people forget is, I mean, I've been doing Renaissance fairs my whole life, but I've been doing this solo. I've been doing Jacques Whipper now for 14 years.
Hmm.
Um, and because I started so young, I know this show inside and out. There's no written script anywhere. It's memorized up in my head. And the show is so flexible that it can change and morph depending on what the audience is. So the crowd work is kind of just, at this point, it's very rare that someone says something I haven't heard before. So I have either a list of lines saved up, or if they do say something new, it's kind of just, observational comedy of, they're, when they ask for three, sexual songs in a row, it's like, oh, okay, I can figure out where this is going. And you kind of just work through that.
Because that's the beauty of it. Because it's like sometimes you need to be on that moment, don't you? You need to have it happening to bring out the best in a performer. It's like you play your best at the World Cup final, but you don't always. You've never done it before, but just the actual event brings it up. I mean, one of my favorite videos you've done was where you performed with your dad. And
Oh yeah.
he took the lead, and you kind of slotted into the sidekick role, so to speak. How was that? Was that like a sort of like everything coming together to share the stage with your dad, to for him to sort of be part of your act? How did you feel about that? How did
I was
things
relieved.
form?
I was relieved because I didn't have to do as much in the show.
He took
No,
over. It was amazing.
yeah. Well, the great thing about my dad is, he did Ren Fairs way back in the day, but for the last 25 years, his show has been the Super Scientific Circus, where he teaches science to children. So, obviously, a show that is safe for children, and the show that he joined is a show that is very much not safe for children. And the way I proposed it to him, I said, the way that you can kind of fit in immediately with this group is to just be the like lecherous old man, the dirty old man, and I think that'll go over really well. And he ran with it more than I ever thought he could.